Thank you, Sheriff, all members of the Jail Commission for allowing the opportunity to speak with you today. I am here today to speak about notifications to families regarding the death or serious illnesses of a loved one in jail. Or rather, I want to speak about the lack of notification, as there currently is no standard requiring a jail to contact family whenever a person dies or suffers serious illness leading to hospitalization. I know this with first-hand experience, being robbed of precious time that I could have had with my son after he suffered a medical emergency in the Bexar County Jail. I was bounced from person to person for hours pleading for information while he sat on life support in a local hospital. My son Julian died almost 6 years ago inside the Bexar County Jail due to medical negligence. By the time my son was transported to the hospital, he was already 98% brain dead. And it took them 12 hours to tell me that he was critically injured. When I make it to the hospital, I'm completely blindsided and told that his soul has already gone to heaven. I'm in the hospital with him for 3 mornings awaiting for his organs to be harvested when the jail released a press memo degrading my son's life and legacy before an investigation was ever even conducted by the Texas Rangers or this commission. The jail had already come out with their story to sensationalize the shift of blame to my son for their shortcomings that led to his custody death. I wish this was an isolated story, one person falling through the cracks, but it is not. It's an exception, but the norm. There are countless stories of loved ones, legal next of kin, who learn about death of their relative on the news or from other incarcerated persons, of families who are contacted not when their loved one is transferred to the ICU, but rather when they've been admitted for weeks and the medical team would like to discuss the goals of the treatment. Whenever families are notified late, this creates enormous amounts of mistrust, which is hard to move past. In the case of a death, how is a family supposed to believe anything the jail tells them when a jail couldn't be bothered to call immediately with that kind of news? In case of illness, how should a family think that a hospital doctors and nurses have their best interest in mind whenever they avoid updating the next of kin about their loved one's illness? This is such an obvious standard. It's remarkable it doesn't already exist. Jails should be required to contact families immediately following a death or emergency transfer to a hospital. Not for every medical issue, not when the patient will likely be fine and back from the hospital in no time, but when it matters most, when time is precious. Please consider adopting such rules in the future so no one loses precious last moments with their loved ones as I did. Thank you.